Alright, let DJC get in on this debate. I already watched No Filter MMA's live, and also his YouTube video on why Tatiana Suarez is the true title challenger at strawweight, which that brother, he ain't lying. And I read some stupid comments that were, I guess, opposing his take. Not his opinion, the facts that this guy spoke. One person literally said that what she did before her layoff was irrelevant, and that's why she doesn't deserve a title shot. I'll tell you why she is not undeserving of a title shot. I'm not here to tell you why she deserves a title shot more than Yan Xiaonan, because that debate's kind of subjective. You know what I mean? Like, Yan Xiaonan, she has the case of she's been more active in the last few years than Tatiana Suarez has. And she beat Jessica Andrade first. She's ranked higher, so therefore you could make a case that, yeah, she arguably should be next in line. But if Tatiana Suarez were to get next before her, that would not be unwarranted. To say that Yan Xiaonan deserves it more is not a bad take, but to say that Tatiana doesn't deserve it, now that's just some BS right there. Like, in what way is Tatiana Suarez, like, in what world would she be undeserving of a title shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of Yan, who's like the only woman in this division who has a case against her, Tatiana's like the most deserving out of every ranked strawweight contender bar Yan Xiaonan. Carla Esparza, what argument does she have? She's the number one contender. She just lost to Weili, hasn't fought since, and it's been a year. Jessica Andrade is like literally 1-3 in her last 4. Lost to Tatiana like 1 fight ago, mind you. Amanda Lemos just got her ass whooped. Verna's ranked number 6. What has she done? You know, Marina Rodriguez just snapped her L streak against the same person she already beat 2 years ago. That's not really warranting of a title shot. Look at the work that Tatiana Suarez has put in before the injury and layoff, and look at how she's been able to pick up where she left off. Like, look at who she's beaten first and foremost, because that does matter. Okay, she's beaten 3 champions, 1 current and 2 former champions, and all 3 of these wins have aged well. Like, are we forgetting that since Tatiana Suarez mopped the floor with Carla Esparza, she went on to string together 6 straight wins and become a 2-time champion? Are we forgetting that Esparza was like the strawweight champion a year ago? Like, 1 month, like on this month last year, November 2022, she was the strawweight champion before Weili came and took the belt back from her. And then she has a win over the flyweight champion, Alexa Grasso, who was the one to beat Valentina Shevchenko arguably twice. And Alexa has literally been unbeaten in like the last 4 years. Now, Tatiana is not the last person to beat her. That was Carla Esparza. But still, she has really good wins. And then even Jessica Andrade. I know she was on an L streak when they fought, but look what happened after that. Jessica Andrade just knocked out Mackenzie Dern, who y'all were putting in the same sentence as Tatiana Suarez as like this terrible matchup for Suarez and the next big thing at strawweight. She was literally considered like a streaking contender who could arguably be fighting for the belt. So what Jessica did to Mackenzie Dern just goes to show that even though, yeah, she was on the downside of her career, she's still dangerous. She can still knock you the F out. She's still a beast. And Tatiana went out there and tamed the beast. And I think even if that fight happens like before the layoff, like 5 years ago, I still think Tatiana finds a way to get it done. Even when Andrade was like the number 1 contender at strawweight, even when she was the strawweight champion, because Tatiana just has that greatness factor about her. And touching back on Carla, remember, this is the same Carla Esparza, the one that Tatiana Suarez dominated. This is the same Carla who smashed Yan Xiaonan, crucifixed her, and left her in a pool of her own blood. So Tatiana has that on Yan Xiaonan. The fact that she has a win over someone that's beaten her, but also she's undefeated as well. Unbeaten, and also, yes, she's had the long layoff in her career. She's had that like 4-year layoff. But she left this division as the number 2 contender, a top 3 strawweight, and she came back as a top 3 strawweight. She still is where she once was in 2019. So how can you say that she's irrelevant or what she's done is irrelevant when her wins went on to do big things, and when she's still here and still dominating and still a top contender in the division? You cannot say that she doesn't deserve to fight another champion, an actual champion, to fight an active belt holder, because she hasn't fought someone for their belt yet. You can't say that she doesn't deserve the opportunity to now fight Zhang Weili. It would not be premature. Anything else at this point would be a waste of time. I mean, Marina Rodriguez called out Tatiana. She could go down the rankings and beat up Marina, but that's a pointless matchup. You know what I mean? Like, she'd blow right through her. They can maybe reschedule the Verna fight, but honestly, nothing else really makes sense for her other than a fight with Yan Xiaonan, who I'm hearing turned her down, or the champion Zhang Weili. And should Yan Xiaonan be picked to be the next title challenger at 115 versus Weili, Tatiana, if she wants, she's within her right to sit out and wait for the winner. She's earned that right. Now, Tatiana will probably stay active because she's not entitled like that, but if she wanted to, she could do it. You know, based off her body of work, what she's done in this division and the ranking position that she's in, she could literally do that. And Yan Xiaonan could do the same thing if Tatiana Suarez is next. Which, in my opinion, I think she should be next, like from a business standpoint, since it's likely that Weili's next title defense is going to be in the United States, since the UFC, they bottled that opportunity to have her fight in China, where the Yan fight could have literally took place. I think for the American market, I think that Zhang versus Suarez is the more logical option. And I just think that it's a bigger fight as well. You got Zhang Weili, who arguably, she's close to GOAT status in strawweight. She's been a great champion, but up against, like, she's like an immovable object against an unstoppable force like Tatiana. You know, she's undefeated. She's a dominant wrestler. Everyone knows what she wants to do. No one seems to be able to stop, you know, what she's so good at. That's what makes this fight a lot more exciting and just a lot more interesting. You know what I mean? Like, Yan Xiaonan, other than her just being Chinese, what's so exciting about her versus Weili? That's why I think this fight should have been booked in China. This fight being in China would really help Yan Xiaonan's case, but if Weili, if her next defense is going to be in America, it's up in the air, and it would not be out of the realm of possibility that Yan gets leapfrogged, and it would not be unfair or unwarranted if she were to be leapfrogged for Tatiana Suarez. But we'll see. We'll see who the UFC picks, who they decide to go with. I'm hoping that it's going to be Tatiana, but either way, you know, Tatiana is going to get to that title inevitably. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe, and peace out.